Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Daisy. For today's video, I will tell you about Mac's evaluation process and how they were administered, as well as the diagnosis given. As I mentioned it in the previous video, we obtained 2 referrals from the pediatrician to evaluate Max. Unfortunately, the specialized place needed prior documentation due to his age. As a result, we first had an appointment with the speech specialist to get an evaluation and finally had something documented about it. Finally, after 5 months of waiting, the day came. I was super nervous with the concern of having answers about my son. In addition, I was interested in the opinion of the speech specialist. I have to be honest, I felt embarrassed about myself. I was very anxious, and in some way or another, I felt that I was going to be judged. I don't know. It was a whole set of emotions. I questioned myself. I must not be a good mother. I am not good for this. I am failing to my son. I am not doing a good job. Actually, all this went through my mind, now reflecting with the support of all the specialists were silly thoughts. He is the love of my life and my priority. All I want is to help him. I will never stop fighting for that goal and provide to him all the necessary tools to achieve success in life. We were waiting to be called for Mac's evaluation. The person approached us and gave us our son's name. At this moment, I don't know what happened, but I felt relaxed and calm. The evaluation began with the reason why we were there, a general summary about my pregnancy, birth, and development of Max up to that point, as well as going over some medical questions about his medical history. She subsequently began to ask questions about Max's speech, social, physical, and daily abilities. This was the moment when all our concerns were confirmed. The most notorious for us: speech, language, no verbal, communication. The way Max will communicate with us, he will grab our hand and point out the specific thing he wanted. An example, if he wanted to drink milk, he will grab our hand and take us to the fridge and use our hand to point the gallon of milk. That's how he will communicate with us. He will use our hand to point at whatever the thing he wanted. Max did not play with his toys as if he was not interested, nor did he play in a conventional way like other kids. Imagination, pretend. Some other trends: covering his ears, grinding teeth. He will bang his head against the wall. Eventually, he started using his hand. Just occasionally when he will get mad, that's or frustrated, he will do that. But it was not something constant. Simultaneously, the speech pathologist observed and evaluated Max. She administered some more exercise to Max, interested in his interaction with her as well as with us. With all these trends as evidence, we told the speech pathologists are concerned that it could be autism. The speech pathologist is not authorized to make or give diagnosis. However, she concurred with us that it could be autism. Since his development was not according to his age, she was going to work quickly on her report so Max could be assisted and soon obtain an official diagnosis. In addition to the evaluation, she suggested that we contact our school district so Max can start school as soon as possible. That's the moment we saw a little bit of light in all this darkness. Finally, someone was guiding us in the right direction. We also asked the speech specialist that Max was still in a diaper, that if that was not going to be an obstacle for him to start school. But the speech pathologist said, absolutely no, that's not an objection for him to start school. The main thing was to contact our school district, explain Max's case, and get an admission. We left the evaluation super positives, not with a diagnosis, however, with the opportunity to provide to him assistance as soon as possible. When we came out of our appointment, the main focus was for him to start school. Thanks to the quick and hard work of the speech pathologist report and referral to the school district, the school district contacted us and assigned a school according to the zip code area, as well as setting up an interview for an admission evaluation. Now with the speech specialist report, we were able to schedule an appointment in this specialized place in order to obtain an official diagnosis. We attended his school appointment for the admission assessment with the specialized team. Once again, I summarized my pregnancy, birth, and development while they were trying to observe and evaluate Max. Of course, they concluded that they needed further assistance. As a result, they referred him to a more specialized team in the school district. Once again, the same procedure and routine of questions in regards to Max with this new specialized team. They concluded that he needed early school intervention. I remember there were 2 evaluations in 2 different days at different times of the day because they wanted to see how he will behave throughout the day. While we were doing all this process with the school, we were still waiting for the appointment with the psychologist in order to obtain an official diagnosis. After all these evaluations with the school, finally the whole team of professionals, as well as parents, we met and had a meeting. We were presented with the school plan for Max. He was assigned to the PALS program, stands for Program of Acquisition of Language and Social Skills, in which they projected goals for his language, social, physical, and social skills. This marked his first IEP meeting, which stands for Individualized Educational Plan. By this time, school year was coming to an end. They suggested us that he should start school as soon as possible. He attended the last 2 weeks of the year, and he will attend summer school to continue with that school routine. Personally, I was super amazed by the professionalism of the whole team, as well as the individual school plan for Max. The whole team of professionals, starting from the speech specialist to the specialized team from the school, truly supported us. Remember I mentioned it that I was having all these negative thoughts and feelings towards me? They reminded us that we were doing the absolute best for Max. Why? We were seeking for professional help. We have done everything in our power to give him all the necessary help we can provide. Now it was time for medical professionals and specialists to step in and take charge. Support us along the way to prepare Max to reach his goals. From one day to another, everything was changing for us. Everything happened very fast. I had no time to process everything that was happening in front of me and all the future changes. For me, the most important thing was to start Max in early school intervention and start working towards his goals. Waiting was not an option. I don't even have enough words to thank them for all the work and all the things that we're able to accomplish with no time. The same week we had the IEP meeting, we had the opportunity to visit his future class teacher and staff in charge of his school development. Max finally started school, and on the first day, that's when I realized, oh my gosh, my baby's leaving me. I'm used to having him 24/7 with me, taking care of him. I was scared, a little intimidated, and anxious for him to leave and not be with me at all time. I didn't have the opportunity to process all these things, all these changes gradually. Everything happened for me at once. From one week to another, he was ready to go to school. Is he going to be fine? Are they gonna take care of him? Is he going to be safe? But I knew that was the best thing for him, and I just had to work on myself, be positive, and hope for the best. And this is what was best for him for his future. We attended the specialized place. On the first day, we obtained an interview with questionnaires about Max. Basically, the free screening intake. At this point, we were already exhausted of the same questions. We wanted Max to be evaluated by the psychologist. But first, we had to wait 6 more weeks for the appointment with the psychologist. Finally, the day came. Evaluation process very similar with the psychologist, questionnaires and interviews, as well as observation and exercises for Max. We expressed our concern to the doctor about autism. At this point, we were waiting for doctors and the health system to catch up with us. We have already accepted that our son was part of the autism spectrum. Finally, we obtained the diagnosis report in which she determined he had autism. At this point, the only thing that interested us about this report and diagnosis was able to provide all the necessary resources he needed, as well as all the therapies. This is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. In the next video, I will be sharing about the therapy process. Until next time, bye!
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, give a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for new video notification. Leave a comment down below and share. Bye.